Look, I'm a financial guy over 25 years. I mean, I've never paid a dime in interest charges on my credit card, always paid it off every
Same.
single month. It's so funny. People laugh at this. I literally, this is how crazy I was about this in the beginning. And I don't do this anymore, but in the early years when I had no money, making $7 an hour, I was just trying to build my business. I was just trying to get things going. And I used to minus out. If I would spend money on my credit card, going out to dinner or something, I would come back home that night and I would minus out that money out of my check register. That's how crazy I was, because I wanted to make sure that that money was accounted for and out of my thoughts, like pretended like it wasn't there, even though it was still in the bank account until the credit card took it, did the automatic draft or whatever. It was like taken out of my check register because I wanted to stay organized. I didn't want to pay extra fees. I've always, if there's some little fee or something that I catch on my statement, I'll call it out and I'll go, hey, what's this fee for? What is this, man? I know it's only $10, but it's like, it's $10. And so I've always been very financially organized, and especially if you're in the commission business or the entertainment business, which basically is commission business.
Yeah.
You better be on top of your money, because you don't know when the next job's going to come. And by the way, what happens if you think you're going to have a job and that job goes away? That happens too. There's situations where things will get canceled, right?
Things happen all the time where, God forbid, you get sick or somebody in the family gets sick. Listen, my mom got sick for years. I was able to go help and take care of her because I had put money aside. I don't spend everything. I keep money to be able to live. And if I need to go do something else personally, then I'm able to do that. I want to know where you got that from. Where does that come from for you? Because that's really smart, and that's great that your mindset was that from the beginning.
I was lucky because first of all, I think a little bit it was DNA probably, or maybe my you know what? I'm gonna give it to my grandmother, because my grandmother was always good with her money, and so I just always knew that. But I was that kid that I was always trying to make money, right? I was always, something wherever it was, even though it was $7 an hour, I was trying to make money. And but I was the person that my mom would come and borrow money from me. So she would say, do you have an extra $20? And I would give her $20. But again, not that, it was just extra laying around or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, there was something inside of me that said, I am going to grow some wealth in my life. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want anybody to ever have their thumb on me. I don't want to feel like I am indebted to somebody or something. I mean, I have many properties and they're all paid off. I mean, cars and all, I have virtually no debt. There's a tiny little bit of debt on one of the mortgages, but I've always kind of lived where I have emergency funds of, 3 to 6 months. I'm always, so if I see extra in the account, I'm always sticking it into savings. Now, if I need it, it's always there, but I want to kind of keep myself living broke, or at least throughout most of the years. I don't live this way as much anymore, but through the years, I always try to leave myself broke. So that way I would always have extra money to invest. So I was always thinking, I want to buy properties. I want to invest in my mutual funds. I want to invest in my stocks and things like that. Yeah, because I want it. You know what? Come on, let's be honest. I mean, I look at your life. You have so much freedom in your life. I always just wanted freedom in my life. And, that to me is the mark of a great life. Not just having a bunch of things and a bunch of new stuff, but the freedom to be able to see the world, to travel, to meet interesting people, to have a lot of friends.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite. Sorry, I cut you off. I literally
no. Please tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Tell me about some of that all the time with my husband. We're always like, we don't need much. We're happy. We don't need a big mansion. We don't need things. To me, I rather spend that money on trips, on vacations, going to see friends, family, food. Again, I'm a big foodie, so my biggest splurge is on food instead of, I know a lot of women love fashion. I can care less about the labels. It's just, to me, that's nonsense to overspend on certain things. That's just me as a personal thing. Everybody, has their personal thing that they love to spend on. Mine is food and vacations and a good time with my people. And I love meeting new people along the way and learning how other people live in other countries, learning their language. I mean, it's such a big world. I don't want to be stuck just here. I want to know everything and absorb it all.
So how do you eat all that food and stay such in good shape? Like, how does that happen?
I work out, and I watch you in your videos, and I see you work out. You get it. You've got to stay focused mentally, physically. So I do work out every single day. If I can eat every day, I can work out every day. Not every day is a hard workout or a big workout. I listen to my body, definitely, and it depends on my schedule. But I make sure if, I can't go to the gym, well, I'll go walk outside. You're getting fresh air. To me, walking is like a meditation. Sometimes I'll walk slower. Sometimes I'll walk faster. I use that time to think about things, think about my business, think about my personal life. But I'm always wanting to move. Always, I need to keep going and being active. When I need a break, I'll take that break. But I like to be moving more than anything. So I'm very conscious of that.
So I'm curious, how does your husband play? Like, what's his role? And I mean, does he have a separate business that he does? And like, how does that play a part of your life? And does he help you in your business at all? Do you help him in his business at all? Tell me a little bit about that.
I feel like our world, he's been in the sports world for a long time and now in finance. And so I feel entertainment and sports and finance, obviously, they come together. They always interact. They always intersect. So he played football. I was modeling. When we met, he had just gotten done playing. And he became an agent. So he understood the agenting side when I would talk about what was going on in my world. He helps his clients, helps them long-term financially, how they can invest or with their accounting, whatever it is they need, he helps them along the way. A lot of these guys come from nothing and all of a sudden have so much. And of course, people come out of the woodwork and want a piece of it. And it's the same thing with entertainment. And a lot of people don't have good people in their lives. So he's great. We bounce things off each other all the time. I'm always asking him like his thoughts on this. I know he's really smart and he's really savvy. He's great with contracts. So I definitely have him looking at more of my contracts along the way over time. We've been together 20 years now. So there are times where I get things directly where he does my contracts for me. So he's very helpful. But it's interesting because for so long, I would get questioned about, oh, is your husband taking care of you? And I get that a lot. And people just assume, sometimes they don't even ask me, they'll make comments. And it bothers me because I've always been very independent since I was 15. I did it on my own and nobody helped me. Yes, we help each other, but I grew my business on my own. I started my business at 15. I met him when I was 31. So that's a lot of years that I did it all. And I still get people like, oh, you're taken care of. And I will say it irks me, but I've learned to let that go. I know the truth and that's all that matters at the end of the day. And we help each other. I mean, if he were to, anything were to happen, I'm there. If anything were to happen to me, I know he's there, but we keep our businesses going and we just help each other along the way.
If you like this video and you want to watch another one, click right here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.